Hey, Houston Vineyard, how you guys doing? This is a long overdue video, but I wanted to show you our space. Like you can see, our sanctuary looks different than it has ever looked before. And I want to tell you a little bit about the why behind the changes, and then also we'll talk a little bit about our strategy as we think about reopening. First of all, the sanctuary served us for years as a place of worship, a place where we celebrated sacred events like baptisms and marriages and funerals, and where we gathered together to worship. And in light of the requirements for us to safely meet in a pandemic, we realized that our space was not adequate. We couldn't clean it properly, and we couldn't provide the amount of social distancing needed to make it an experience that we want to have when we come back together. So we took the chairs out, and we thought, okay, we'll take the chairs out, and that'll create space. And when we did that, the 35-plus-year-old carpet said, hey, I've got to go too. And so, like so many renovations that start with one thing, it opened up, and we realized that we needed to think this space through differently, which really falls into line with the prayer we've been praying since the end of last year, inviting God to speak to us about our spaces and to ask him what he might do. And so we've made a decision to focus on this auditorium as a missional space, and as a missional space to have it be as versatile as possible. So we've taken out the carpet, we removed the stage, there was a hole back here that needed to be filled in, and we are going to be doing polished concrete in here, which will make this space versatile for us to be able to worship together on Sundays, and in a moment's notice, transition into other ministry opportunities, whether it be a shelter in time of need, a place for a play to get put on, or dance, or art, or music, whatever it might be that allows this space to be used for the glory of God in the advancement of his mission and to be a blessing to our community. So when you come back in a couple weeks, you will see this completely different. But I wanted to show you because it's sort of surreal to stand in this place without any chairs and without any carpet and without the stage and imagine what God might want to do here. And so we're excited to point towards mission, even in something as simple as changing out the flooring in our places of worship. The other thing is, as we navigate coronavirus, everything we do as a church, we want to be directed to missions, including masks. Like when we are opening back up, we know that part of the requirements will be that people are given masks when they come in. And depending on where the regulations are, it's highly recommended that you use them or mandatory that you use them inside. And so we wanted to think through what it would look like for us as a church to partner in mission, even with masks. And so instead of buying a bunch of masks on Amazon, we partnered with El Pozo de Vida in Mexico City. You guys know Benny and Janice Yu and the work they do there. As they were working with prostitutes on the street of Mexico City who find themselves out of work, they realized it was a great opportunity for them to re-engage in some micro-enterprise that will give these women a way off the streets permanently. And so there's 12 women that months ago were working on the streets who are now making masks. And so we purchased 1,000 of these masks, not only for our facility, but we've given them to the local vineyards in our area so that we can, first of all, be safe when we're in our places, but really that we are connected to the mission of God and his mission of rescue and redemption all over the globe. And so everything that we're doing right now, we're looking through the lens of mission, and we invite you to do the same. I'm actually excited about what this new season of life for the global church looks like, as we have been sort of forced to come to terms with the fact that the way we do things has changed. And when we take the time to mourn that what was will no longer be, we come into a season of great expectancy of what God might have us as his church do and be in this next season. And so as we continue to pray this prayer that God speak life to us, that he quicken to us his idea for our spaces and our ministry, we invite you to do the same for our spaces and ministry, but also your spaces and ministry. And as far as reopening, we'd love to be open now, but we continue to be prayerful in the way we approach reopening. And we want to make sure that there's a couple things that happen. First of all, that we're good partners with our city. and that we're listening to the people that are inviting us to participate in for the health and well-being and the prosperity of the whole city. And then the second thing is that we make decisions that are loving to the whole of our community. That not just the people on one section, but we are multi-generational. We are a very diverse community of age and gender and everything in between. And we want to make sure that we are doing something that is loving for all of us. And so be watching, because sooner rather than later, we will begin to hopefully have some spaces that are opened up for some more personal contact, social distanced, masked contact, but a little bit more face-to-face. And then also be looking out as we begin to navigate also what it looks like for us to partner for the kingdom work in our city with other vineyards. How do we share resources? How do we do things together that make sense in this new reality we're living in right now? We're excited, incredibly excited about the mission of God that is unchanged from the beginning of time until now. His mission hasn't changed at all. And we're excited that we're a part of it. We're also really anticipating what the next season of the ministry of the Houston Vineyard will look like as we approach his mission from this whole new perspective that we've all been given in the midst of this pandemic. We can't wait to see you back here. It will be different. And some of you will have to go to the space where your chair once was and leave a flower or something in memory of the moments that you've had there. But we're excited about what the future of this space looks like, dedicated to his ministry and to the blessing of our city. So God bless you guys. Be looking out the next couple weeks. There's going to be a couple other videos where we'll recap some stuff that's going on with generous God, generous people, the finances of the church, as well as the steps we're taking as we approach the conversation about racial inequality and injustices in the world that we live in here in the United States. So be looking for those videos. God bless you guys. We'll see you again soon.